Every year, over 1,000 North Koreans risk death to escape their homeland. For each who makes it, an estimated 6 are caught, sent back, and, often, never heard from again. This is the story of their perilous journey, a path through darkness, frost, and fear, for a taste of freedom most of us take for granted. In a world connected by technology, where voices echo across continents in seconds, there exists a nation shrouded in silence. North Korea, a country of 25 million people, remains one of the most secretive and isolated societies on Earth. Behind its borders, daily life is governed by an iron fist, one that punishes curiosity, dissent, or even a desire for a better life.
homeland.
Yet, against all odds, ordinary citizens dream of something more. They risk everything, family, identity, and life itself, to cross mountains, rivers, and foreign lands in pursuit of freedom. Their journeys are rarely seen, their stories seldom told, and the stakes have never been higher. Though news cycles occasionally flash with headlines about defectors, few outside the Korean peninsula truly grasp the depth of their struggle. The world's attention drifts, but for those fleeing the regime, every step is a battle for survival. Today, we walk with them, through snow and shadow, hope and heartbreak. This is their story. The journey of a North Korean defector rarely begins with a single decision. It's a culmination of quiet desperation, years of hunger, oppression, and whispered stories of life beyond the border.
1995년 4월 12일 저희 할머니도 굶주림으로 돌아가셨고 저는 그것을 지켜볼 수밖에 없었습니다. 지난 70년 동안 김 씨 집안은 북한 주민들을 속여왔습니다. 저희 친구들이 죽어가는 동안에도 북한식 사회주의가 세계에서 최고라고 학교 선생님들은 거짓을 가르쳤습니다. 김정일은 굶주림에도 불구하고 주민들을 계속해서 압박하면서 곧 식량이 제공될 것이라고 거짓을 이야기했습니다.
Like Ji Seong-ho, thousands have faced starvation. North Korea's famine of the 1990s, known as the Arduous March, claimed as many as 3 million lives, according to South Korean government estimates. The wounds of that era linger, fueling a quiet exodus that continues today. But escape is no simple feat. North Korea shares borders with China and Russia. The DMZ to the south is the world's most heavily fortified border, an almost certain death trap. Most defectors choose the northern route, crossing the icy Tumen or Yalu rivers into China under cover of darkness.
Father, he was trying to go to China and get help from his relatives to bring a bag of rice for his dying children. He got caught and he sent it to the local prison and he got tortured and the government decided he had to go to prison, but while he was transferred, he died on a train by starvation and dehydration. He found a place to live and we moved to countryside and my mom worked very hard and we're trying to make a little money and trying to survive in China. And in 2004, the George W. Bush signed the North Korean Human Rights Act and that's how we are here today. I hope people can think about North Korea as a place where people can live too, but they just oppressed by the regime and they have no freedom.
China, bound by a secretive agreement with Pyongyang, does not recognize defectors as refugees. Instead, it deems them illegal economic migrants, subject to immediate repatriation. For many defectors, the journey through China is a second ordeal. They live in the shadows, at the mercy of traffickers and brokers. Women, in particular, face harrowing risks. A 2019 report by the Korea Future Initiative found that over 60% of female defectors in China are trafficked, forced into marriages or prostitution. Each step can mean betrayal or a glimmer of hope. For those who evade capture, underground networks, sometimes called Asia's Underground Railroad, help smuggle defectors across China into Mongolia, Vietnam, Laos, or Thailand. The journey can take months, even years. Only after reaching a safe embassy or the South Korean consulate can defectors hope for asylum. In 2023, the South Korean Ministry of Unification reported 67 new arrivals, down from thousands per year a decade prior, as border security has tightened. For those who make it, the price is high: permanent separation from loved ones left behind, and the constant fear of retribution. Yet, in every defector's story, there is a spark, the human longing for dignity, for voice, for freedom. For many defectors, the most harrowing moment comes at the border itself, a razor-thin line between hope and horror. In November 2017, the world watched as a North Korean soldier made a desperate dash across the DMZ. Bullets flew. He collapsed, gravely wounded, just meters from safety. South Korean soldiers dragged him to cover. Surgeons fought to save his life. The soldier, later identified as Oh Chong-song, survived. His story became a symbol: the extraordinary risks ordinary people will take, even under the gaze of machine guns, for a chance at freedom. But the journey rarely ends at the border. Defectors in China face relentless surveillance. In 2022, China repatriated scores of North Koreans, despite appeals from the United Nations and human rights groups. The UN's Special Rapporteur on North Korea describes the treatment of returnees as systematic torture, forced labor, and execution. For many, the fear is not just for themselves, but for those left behind. The North Korean regime enforces guilt by association, punishing up to 3 generations of a defector's family.
In December 2013, I watched my best friend be forcefully taken from our dorm room by government officials. I will always remember the fear in her eyes. Later, she texted me, saying she didn't think she'd be coming back, and she was throwing away her phone. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew in my gut that it was bad. That night, I went back to our dorm room to pack up her things. I was so upset and scared, I barely made it up the stairs. She was sent to a political prison camp, and her father was executed. He was never even given a trial. My family knew we only had 2 choices: wait around and see if we would be the next victims of a brutal dictator, or save ourselves. So we left.
Even in freedom, the scars remain. For those who reach South Korea, the journey of adaptation begins. The government provides a 12-week orientation, including language and job training, at Hanawon, a secure resettlement center. Defectors receive financial support, but the challenges run deeper.
Of course I miss it. It's not I hated my people. I miss my people. I hate the regime. I hate the system. But the thing is, I miss the land. I miss friends that I grew up with. I miss my teachers. I miss my neighbors.
Many struggle with trauma, isolation, and discrimination. In South Korean society, defectors are called saityeomin, new settlers. Some are celebrated as heroes, but many face suspicion and economic hardship. According to a 2022 survey by the Korea Hana Foundation, over 30% of defectors are unemployed and mental health issues are common. Yet, resilience persists. Organizations like Liberty in North Korea, Link, and the Database Center for North Korean Human Rights help defectors build new lives and advocate for those still trapped. Many defectors now speak out, using social media to share their stories, challenge stereotypes, and shed light on the realities of life under the regime. Some risk everything again, sending money to help family left behind. According to the Korea Institute for National Unification, remittances from defectors have become a lifeline for thousands in North Korea, despite the ever-present risk of exposure. Against a backdrop of hardship and fear, hope takes root, fragile but resilient. The story of North Korean defectors is, at its heart, a testament to the human spirit. Each journey, each blossom in the snow, reminds us that even in the world's darkest corners, courage endures. Yet, the struggle is far from over. As global attention shifts, the plight of defectors grows more perilous. In 2023, Human Rights Watch and the UN renewed calls for China to halt forced repatriations and for the world to remember those still trapped. Change is possible, but only when stories are heard and voices amplified. We want to hear your thoughts. Share your opinions in the comments below, drop a like, and for more in-depth documentaries like this, don't forget to subscribe.